Playground.
Hooray!
This is the Deron Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Deron Harris.
Hey folks, what's up? I'm Deron Harris. Welcome back to my show. Today I'm talking about the far right's push to uphold white supremacy in America. That is a big topic here lately, especially as we get closer to the election. But before I get into that, I want to check everybody's mental health meter really fast and let you know that I'm out here. I'm thinking about you, and there's always help if you need it. You know, if you need to get with me, you can drop a DM and I'll talk to you about whatever it is that bothers you. You know, I could use the conversation sometimes myself. So hesitate not. I want you to know that your mental health is important. It's important to me, and you know, it definitely should be important to you. So now this shit right here that I'm about to, this affects my mental health. This shit really does affect my mental health because it is, I mean, it's obvious what's going on in this country. There is a push to turn back the hands of time. It really is. I mean, they really are trying as hard as they can to push back the hands of time. You have, you know, white Republicans that are fighting to turn it, to get this, to make it like it used to be, especially in the southern states. They want the United States to be the United States of white supremacy. And they're bold about it. They are militant about it. They are dedicated to upholding the principles. They're even turning back some laws that strip away that very ideology. For instance, there is a town in Louisiana that a wealthy couple just won the right to start their own town away from the poor black population of that particular county. They are now allowed to start their own white town. And they fought for this for 10 years. They were fighting for this for 10 years. And finally, it got passed. And that's in Louisiana. In Mississippi, you have college students bouncing around like monkeys, mocking a young black student who was protesting genocide in Palestine. And what did he get? He got kicked out of the fraternity, which that don't mean shit anyway. This guy's still gonna go on to be whatever county circuit judge or whatever it is he's studying. Because that's just how we operate here. In Virginia, there's a school board that overturned some laws and renamed some schools after Stonewall Jackson, Robert E. Lee, and one other Confederate general. I can't recall his name, and I don't really care to. But those names were reinstalled back at these schools. People are so worried about traumatizing white people, but they are not worried about traumatizing anyone else or people that aren't white. They have no care for that at all. There's no discretion for that at all. There's no compassion, no sympathy. They don't give a fuck. They want you to know this is who we are. This is what we stand for, and this is what we believe that America should stand for. And they have no problem standing up and defending that. They are proud of it. They relish in it. They crave it. Okay. There's no hate crime charge. There was a few, not too long ago, I think it was last week. Utah women's basketball team out there, and some dude just, acting like a fucking asshole, shouting racial slurs at the team. And no hate crime charge will be filed. This will not be classified as a hate crime or hate speech. But if you say anything about a Jewish person, the world is going to stop. It's ridiculous. We have people professing to love Jesus, but all they want to do is clean this country or clean everybody away from their areas and separate themselves in the name of Jesus. Christian nationalists, they're hilarious to me. They are hilarious to me because they honestly believe, or maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe I'm the naive one. Maybe they don't really believe. Because how could they? How could they believe if this is how they practice? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any. That was a crutch word or crutch phrase. But anyway, how does it make sense? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know what else doesn't make any sense? That they just passed this law, the H.R. 6090 anti-Semitism law. They just passed it. They drafted it up, da-da-da-da, blah, 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 slamity, bam, 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 passed. And that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing that no one will be able to racially or ethnically insult Jewish people. But it is also a slap in the fucking face to black people who have still been waiting for the George Floyd crime bill to be passed. It's not crime bill, George Floyd Justice Act to be passed. It's a slap in the fucking face. You know why it's a slap in the face? Because earlier in the week, a United States airman, a young 23-year-old black man, was killed in his own apartment when the fucking police went to the wrong place. They went to the wrong house and killed someone. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? Does that register with anybody? They went to an innocent person's house and killed them, and he got placed on administrative leave. That's bullshit. He killed a United States serviceman. They stood out of the way of the peephole and waited for him to open the door. And when he opened the door, they fucking shot him. If they want it, they can have it. If they want this raggedy motherfucker, they could fucking have it. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Nothing. No hate crime charge. No justice for George Floyd. You get to shout racial shit and act like fucking monkeys in public, and nobody does shit. The fucked up part about it is they don't care about how dishonest their candidate is. They don't care about how creepy this motherfucker is talking about, if Ivanka weren't my daughter, I'd probably be dating her. What a creepy motherfucker. They don't care how misogynistic he is. They don't care how pompous this motherfucker is. And they definitely don't care how racist he is. That right there, they really don't care that he looks bad on TV. But the fact that he's the racist that he is the primary reason that they're willing to overlook the rest of his bullshit. And it's shameful. It's shameful that these people can sit up here and call themselves Christians. Ramaswamy was interviewing some lady. I forgot her name, man. I got to quit doing this. But I saw it on social media this morning. I forgot her name. But she said that she liked his policies, but she would not vote for him because he was an Indian. Right before that, she said something about Black Americans not being are particularly articulate. And I'm just like, yo, man, for real? You just gonna sit up there and take that. You just take that because you want to be the president. You wanted to be the president. You wanted to have some power. She said to your face that she would not vote for you because you are Indian. You are not white. That's what they want here. They don't even want you here. If that's what they want, let them have it. If that's really what they want, let them have it. And that's what I'm serious. Why are we sitting up here fighting to put up with this bullshit? It really is. I mean, actual history is being rewritten, and the narrative is being written to benefit and glorify the white race, disregarding complete factual truth, complete truths. So that they don't look bad, or so that they can hide, or they don't have to feel embarrassed about the atrocities committed by their race. I can understand being hurt about it. I can understand that. I mean, it does. It hurts. I can't lie, but it's a part of fucking history, man. It really is, and it's just the fucking facts. And like my producer likes to tell me all the time, sometimes the truth hurts the worst. It's the facts, man. There's nothing, I mean, and not for nothing, it happened already. But as long as we keep this ideology and keep trying to sweep it under the rug and get rid of it, it's only going to stay and stick around. It's only going to stay and stick around and get stronger. And that's exactly what's happening right now. It's staying. It's lingering. It's sticking around. Let's get something straight. Let's just get this. I hate to say it like this, but like I said, sometimes the truth hurts the worst. The only thing that you might be superior at is manipulation. And maybe lying. Because rest assured, if you had told your true intentions and had manipulated those peoples on the shores of Africa, you can rest assured you would have had a fucking fight on your hands. But you lied and you manipulated. And that's what you've always done. And that's what you've always done, especially to everyone, especially one particular race. And that's my race. Everybody else almost kind of gets the pass. And the reason they get the pass is because of hair texture, is what I can equate. Hair texture is what it comes down to. If you got kinky, fucked up hair like mine, then you ass the fuck out. But if you we could deal with you if your hair's kind of smooth. Well, kinda, we could deal with you. We just can't deal with them. And that's how I feel. But now there's this new push. There's this new thing that I've been seeing on social media called the Black Wife Glow Up. And it's all these white guys who are married to black women who are now, oh, wow, look, this is what it's like, what I looked like before being married to a black woman, and this is what I look like now, showing themselves all dripped out. And you know what? I can't front. I think that's dope because I look at it like this. You cannot help who you fall in love with. That's the way that it should be. I married a Latin woman, but you cannot help who you fall in love with. But I don't post myself on social media talking about how I was as a person before I married my Latin wife. I married my Latin wife because she happened to be the right person for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because, she's Latin and I married her because she was Latin, and I married her, and now because I'm married to a Latin woman, now I look this way. I mean, yeah, there's certain things that have changed in my life, but I'm not here to exploit that. I'm not trying to exploit that. I'm not here to exploit the reason or how I transformed specifically because I married a particular race. That's not a flex. Feel me? So when it comes down to it, I look at it like this. Would I want to live around this anyway? Do I really want to live in a society that is designed and has been designed almost since its inceptions to go against me on purpose? Why are we putting up with that? These people, like I talked about in the beginning of the show, these people who started their own community or who won the fight to start their own community, man, oh, yeah, we get to start out. But when Tyler Perry and Oprah tried to do, oh, my goodness, you can't start your own, you just discriminate, can white people? You don't give a fuck about us if we're poor. You don't give a fuck if we live around each other if we have nothing. But as soon as we have something, a little bit of something, oh, then, we gotta, we gotta see about that. You look at the NFL draft this year. Psh, it's like it was just about everybody. Black athlete, little white girlfriend over here in the corner. You don't think that's being planned? Be surprised. Listen, I'm going to take a quick, fast break. I really am, because I think I might have to go to the bathroom. But when I come back, man, I'm going to keep talking about this because this shit pisses me off, and it's been pissing me off, and I got to get it off my chest. This is the Darren Harris Podcast. I'll be right back.
Now, back to the Darren Harris Podcast.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back. I asked myself the question before I went to break, would I want to live in this society if this continues to permeate? Would I want to stay here? And the answer to that question, quite frankly and really quite simply, is no. I as a matter of fact, I'm actively looking for other alternatives, because there are other places out there that are, I think, people, especially people like me, would enjoy a better quality of life. That, I wouldn't be looked at, or there's not particular laws put in place to deliberately hold me in place or hold me down. I think there are plenty of places out there. I don't think I would want to. I wouldn't want to live around a bunch of white people who don't want me around anyway. And make no mistake about it. Let's talk about it. I don't think I want to live there anyway. No flavor nowhere. There's no flavor nowhere. There's no interaction with. It's just, I don't think I would want to live in a society like that, because you learn so much from so many different cultures. That's why places are culturally rich. Because they learn from other cultures. Because they learn from other places. They learn from other people. They are accepting, and they are willing to be accepted. They're willing to put themselves out there to experience these things. And they don't use who they are as kind of a guideline as to how they should be treated. People don't use the color that you are. Oh, so you should be treated better because, no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But unfortunately, it's like that in a lot of the world. They look at people white people like they are the epitome of what is right and good in the world. When in a lot of instances, it's the opposite. They are responsible for a lot of destruction throughout the history of our planet and our existence. It's just the facts. So I'm kind of I'm kind of discouraged. I really am. I mean, I would say go out and vote, but at this point, I don't really think it makes much of a difference. I mean, for real, you have minorities voting against their best interests. I mean, anyway, they are voting against their shit anyway because they think somehow that the policies of this party are going to benefit them in the long run. And honestly, I can't see how white supremacy benefits anyone other than white people. It's just not designed that way. It's just not set up that way. So everybody out there, if you are a minority and you are voting in that direction, if you're voting against yourself, man. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. And it's so baffling how you can just overlook that for some bullshit that some people put on paper in order to benefit themselves. I don't get it. Make that shit make sense. Because it don't. It don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I'm sorry. It's raining outside, like a lot, like heavily. But really, especially black people in this country, black people, I don't know why we are trying to hold on to something that really does not benefit us, does not serve us, that never has and never will protect us. Why are we trying to integrate or just exist? Nah, man, there's a place for us. There's many places, and a lot of those places aren't even in Africa. There's plenty of places for us other than here. Now, am I an advocate for moving away from the United States? I love where I live. I love my country. But what I don't like is a lot of the bullshit that is starting to fucking form here. And it has to do with a lot of racism. There's a lot of racism. And it's really, really bullshit. And the fucked up shit is because I'm calling this out, right? Because I'm calling and saying this out loud, somebody's going to call me divisive. They're going, oh, you're just you're just talking shit. No, man, no. This kind of shit that needs to be called out because that's what I'm talking about. Oh, this is bullshit. You should be talking about. But people want you to sweep this kind of shit under the rug so they can go on being oblivious to the fact that people are still being discriminated against for the color of their skin in 2024. They don't give a fuck. So why in the fuck should we put our energy, our hard blood, sweat, and tears, or even buy property in this motherfucker? Why? So like later on when some shit pops off, they can try and take it away from us or try and charge us more than it's actually worth? Or, I mean, what the fuck, man? It's deliberate, too. That's my problem with it. It's deliberate. They sit up and they draft laws and they sign them, and it's deliberate. They hate us. They fucking hate us. And we're sitting here still trying to be a part of their system. Fuck them. Okay? And I said it. Fuck them. And if it's you, fuck you. Now, I'm not anti-white person. I'm anti-white supremacy. I'm also anti-racist. And if you're a white person and you happen to be a racist, I guess that means I'm anti-you. But I'm going to tell you this also. If you're a black person and you happen to be a racist, I'm kind of anti-you too. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't now. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit that has gone down. But there's also that's been a lot of shit that we've overcome. Okay? There's been a lot of barriers that we have broken. There's a lot of hurdles and obstacles that we've jumped over. We have a lot more to go here in this country. We have a lot more to go. And if you're willing and dedicated to fighting, I'm sure we'll eventually, maybe one day, win the fight. But right now, as it stands, the sentiment here in America is that Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States. Now, they just killed a young black airman in his apartment. And the cop that shot him got put on administrative leave. I believe that man should be prosecuted. But if Donald Trump is made president, he wants to make it so cops cannot be prosecuted for their crimes, thus giving them the green light or the carte blanche to go out and be just as malicious and brutal and deliberate and murderous as they want to be. That's one of those subtle laws. One of those subtle laws, but you know who that shit is aimed at. That hurts my feelings, man. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings, Deron. Yeah, great. Because I don't give a fuck about yours either. And that's why I got to say this. That's why I have to talk about this. This is why I have to stand up and protest, man. This is my way of protesting that. This right here is my way of protesting that. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to make another call to action right now to other black creators. If there's any other black creators or any other creators that support black content out there, jump on this bandwagon. Call it out. Make sure that everybody, turn it into wildfire, man. Make it go viral. I keep saying, make it go viral. Whatever it takes, make the shit go viral. Call it out. Put it in their fucking mouth. Make them chew on it. And show them. You don't just get to do shit because you want to do shit. Stand up and fight. See what the fuck they trying to do to Fannie Wills? This woman wants to prosecute somebody, but they trying to get her kicked off. This motherfucker is in court, clearly is a douchebag, but they trying to get him off. They want her off the case. They want him to get off of the shit that he did. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. That means they don't give a fuck about us. They just want him to execute what he has promised them, which is a supreme white America. There's plenty of places that we can go. And let me not just say we. There's plenty of places that a lot of, including white people who don't subscribe to this ideology. There's plenty of places that we can go that this is not the sentiment. All over the world. All over the world. My producer, I'll have my producer put a link in the description of this podcast as to where you can find the podcast episode where I explain it. And then there's some stuff on online, social media and things like that you can find where there's countries, man, that, like I said, that will actually pay you to move there. That I'm almost willing to bet have a better quality of life. You may miss some things about America, but there's a lot of stuff that you won't miss about America. And, I'm looking to try and find out what that is. It's disgusting that here in 2024 that we still can't get it together, man. We still can't become what we set out to be, which was this great united nation, this great nation of men and women pursuing life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's got to be tainted by this overshadowing, everlasting, never-ending racist film, racist stench over this entire country. It stinks. It smells bad here. It really does. It stinks so bad here. And anybody who's not in this country and you're listening to this podcast, take it from me, man. There are some beautiful places in America. There are some beautiful people in America. There's some beautiful places in the South. But there are a lot of people here in this country that do not, what's the phrase I'm looking for? That do not, I'm having a hard time placing it. I'm going to place it, though. Watch. I'm going to spin this shit right around. There's people here in this country that don't care about anyone but themselves. They don't care about people from foreign countries. They don't want people from foreign countries to come here. And if it's okay if you're a person that's white, but it's not okay if you're a person of color. They make it hard for people to come here. My mother has been trying to get somebody to come to the country to preach. He's a preacher from Africa. She's been trying to get him to come here for years, and it's just been one headache after another, and one postponement, and a piece of paper short, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, and it has been, and they make it bullshit on purpose. So ask yourself, folks, is this the America that you want? Is this the America that you signed up for? Is this the America that you dreamed about? Is this your American dream? Let me know. But for now, I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Deron Harris Podcast. It's hurtful, folks. I mean, it really is. It's hurtful, man. It makes me sad. It makes me very sad just to see how badly that some people are willing to fight to keep oppressing other people. We need to do better. I want to thank my parents for being the best parents in the world, like I do every week. I want to thank my wife because she's amazing, awesome, and the bravest person that I know. I want to thank my producer, Jesse Yandel. We sit here and we chop it up about the subjects before I bring them on, and I get the seal of approval because, make no mistake about it, he's blonde-haired and blue-eyed, but I trust this person probably more than I trust anybody else on the planet. I want to thank Gentry Thomas for giving me the platform to speak to you guys on, and I really do appreciate that, man. And last but not least, I want to thank all of my listeners, everybody who has stuck with me, and people that are still listening to me, people that are, just joining me as the siren goes off in the back, people who are just joining me, people who have joined and don't listen anymore. I want to thank you guys too, and I want to thank all of you guys too. So, get back with me. Get back with me next week. I'll be here doing the same shit I'm doing, probably talking more shit about some unjust shit, and I don't know. This subject puts me in a bad mood. I'm not gonna ramble on, but this subject really puts me in a bad mood, and now I kind of need to do something to change my mood. So, I want everybody out there to have a blessed day. And like I said in the beginning of the podcast, take time for your mental health. Take time for your mental health because it really is important. And right now is one of those moments for me where, mentally, because of situations like this, they give me a great amount of anxiety. They give me a great amount of depression, and it just makes me sad. So I'm gonna go and sit and talk to my wife and let her do what she does so well, which is change my mood. So you guys have a great week, and I will definitely be talking at you again next week. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but I'll be talking to you guys next week. I know that for sure. All right? So, love y'all. Peace.
You've been listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. Subscribe to the show, give a good rating, and everything you need to know is at DeronHarris.com.